So FOMO. The first time I heard the expression FOMO, like FOMO, just FOMO, was when I started researching and investing in cryptocurrency back in early 2017. And it means the fear of missing out. And people talked about it all the time because Bitcoin started to take a really sharp increase in value, right? But that phrase and that concept and the psychology behind FOMO has been around for hundreds of years. So in this video today, let's talk about why people experience FOMO and what you can do to overcome, specifically when it comes to investing in general and investing in cryptocurrency. So how do you overcome FOMO and the fear of missing out on something that you think is going to leave you behind? If this is the content you like and you want to continue learning about wealth and crypto and you'll hustle and you'll grind and generational wealth, then do like this video at a minimum. Hit that notification bell to see when I'm posting new videos and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I'll be right back with you.
Real Teddy Talk. Real Teddy Talk.
Hey YouTube, it is your girl, The Real Teddy Talks, educating you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on entrepreneurship, hustle, and building generational wealth. And today we're going to talk FOMO. So the first two quotes that come to mind are Warren Buffett quotes, and I hope I don't misquote them too badly. But one is, be fearful when everyone is greedy, and be greedy when everyone is fearful, right? And then the second one is, it says, most people get interested in stocks when everyone else is. But the time to get interested in stocks and invested in stocks and when no one is talking about them, right? And both of those quotes kind of relate to FOMO for me. Because number one, why do we care what everyone else is doing? Okay, so that's the first topic. But investing, it's good to know because when people get interested in something, especially investing, so stocks, cryptocurrency specifically, ETFs, all that, it makes the price climb because they're interested and all these other calculations and factors happen. People start buying more into it, raising the market capitalization, all of that, and that makes the price of that thing go up, okay? So it's good when people get interested. But if you're not already in that stock at that time or in that investment, it's probably not a good time to get in. The perfect example is a housing bubble. I have a lot of friends, I'm military, so a lot of my friends are moving this summer or moving this spring, and they're looking to buy a house because they're moving to that location, going to be there 3 or 4 years. They want to buy a house while they're there. But they're terrified to buy now because everyone's offering way over asking price, so the value of the houses are being inflated. The house cost is just way too much compared to its value. And when that happens, as we learned in 2008, 2007, there's a potential for a housing bubble burst. So you've spent $50,000 over the value of a house, and then the value crashes or plummets, and then you have to move in 3 years, and you want to sell, but you can't because what you owe on the house doesn't even meet the value of it. So that's a typical problem. Investing in stocks is the same thing. You don't want to get into an investment at its peak because then when it falls and it levels off and it balances out, then you're over invested. You have too much money in it. You can't get your value out of it if you sold it. Another reason we experience FOMO is because of the advent of the internet and how smart it's got, right? So there's something you're interested in. We'll use cryptocurrency, for example, and you start doing Google searches on it. What's cryptocurrency? What is blockchain? What's Bitcoin? And you search on Google for that thing. And you do that 2 or 3 days in a row. Well, right at that point, the Google algorithm is going to start to recognize that's something you're interested in. And it's going to start blasting you with ads on your laptop, on your desktop, on your phone, on any platform that has Google. It's going to do the same thing on YouTube because Google owns YouTube. And don't let you join a cryptocurrency Facebook group because then you're going to start getting hit with advertisements and things, pop-ups on Instagram because those two are related, right? So the internet makes you feel like the world is way into something that they're not because you're just keep getting blasted with it and that's all they're talking about. So you're like, am I missing something? Oh my God, all these people know about this. Look at all these groups, these people who are already doing this thing. Oh my God, I'm missing it. you're not missing anything. Okay, the world operates very cyclically. So if it appears to be at a peak, don't worry, there'll be a valley. Okay, so the internet wants to make you think you're missing out on something that you're not. So even though it's a natural fear, it's like 20 times because of the internet. Let's go over 5 ways to overcome FOMO and protect yourself, especially while you're investing. And the very first way that you can protect yourself while you're investing and avoid FOMO is to have a set plan or a set goal. Know what you want. Know what you want the outcome to be. If you're trying to save enough money to retire early and you have 10, 15, 20 years to do it, then you have time. So looking at like Bitcoin, for instance, you have time. Okay, so it's gone up tremendously high in the last 3 months. So it appears that it's going to go higher, and it probably will. It'll probably hit 100K. I'm gonna make that prediction now. But before it hits 100K, it's gonna go back down to something less than the 50,000 or 45,000 that it's at now. So just wait it out. Okay, have your plan, set your goal, find the investments that align with that goal, and invest there. Do your research, learn about the thing you want to invest, and if it's really that intimidating to invest, have a play account. Open up, for cryptocurrency, you can use Blockfolio, and I think there are similar apps for regular like stock trading investing that are basically just fake. You put in the stock, you put in the amount that you've bought. So start with a fake $1,000, buy 3 shares of Raytheon or 3 shares of Microsoft or 3 shares of Apple. And I don't even know if you can buy that much in 1,000. I haven't looked at the stock market, but do those things and watch how it goes up and down over the next month or 2 or 6 months. And then when you're ready to finally bite the bullet, then do it. Bite the bullet, get your real money, and start investing. And just keep researching. And I don't mean it has to be like a daily, hours a day kind of thing, but just keep your ear to the ground and learn about it. And you'll be fine. If you invest in something that has some history, it has some great value, and it's strong, then you won't be disappointed. The second way to avoid FOMO is to look forward instead of looking backward. Hindsight is 20/20. The rear view is always clearer than the windshield, right? Because the windshield got bugs and all that on it, so you're looking ahead, it's cloudy. But that rear view, the sun's coming up, it's sparkling clean, you can see your life. And that's how life is. You always know how you could have done something better. But those experiences are what make us wiser, which make us stronger, which make us smarter. So appreciate your past faux pas and failures and mistakes and just move forward. Stop worrying about what happened in the past or what someone else did in the past, and you focus on now and you focus on going forward. Don't worry about what you could have missed. Oh, I should have invested in Bitcoin. I had a coworker said he had the opportunity to invest in Bitcoin like in, I think he said 2010 or something. And he didn't because he only associated Bitcoin with sex trafficking and drugs, like cocaine, or crack, he said specifically. Okay. But I told him, I said, well, be glad that you didn't invest in 2010 because you probably would have lost your Bitcoin, meaning you would have lost that long key that was the key to your Bitcoin. You've moved like 5-10 times since then. That code would have gotten lost and you'd have had 1,000 Bitcoin that you don't know where it's at. Okay, so be glad you didn't invest in and you didn't lose your keys associated with it. Hey, I'm just keeping it real, all right? The third way to avoid FOMO in investing is never invest at the peak. Ask people who invested in Bitcoin in late 2017 how they feel about it, right? When Bitcoin was at its peak at that time, it was like 17, almost 18,000, like around, I don't remember, it was like October, November 2017. All right, because one of two things happened. If they were as FOMO'd out as to actually buy Bitcoin at that price, and then it crashed, months later, back down to like 4,000, I'm sure they probably sold and cut their losses, right? So if they bought in at like 17, 16, 15,000 and sold at 4,000 or 5,000, that means they lost 10,000 on each Bitcoin that they purchased. Because they wouldn't have had the wherewithal to just hold it because they believed in it, right? They didn't buy it because they believed in it. They bought it because they wanted to get on the train. They thought the train would leave in the station, right? When they could have just waited a few months and it would have just plummeted back down. And I make that same recommendation for Bitcoin right now. I'm not saying it's going to lose 2/3 of its value, right? Because I can't make that prediction. But I am saying this is a peak. Just wait. Settle down. Wait. Okay, wait until it settles at a much lower price. And if you still want to get in, that's when you should get in. So don't buy it as peak, okay? The fourth way to overcome FOMO when investing is search for the investment's value and not just the price. Some things may cost a lot, right? The price is high, but it has 10 times the value. And then some things are priced really low and they have no value at all. I made that faux pas when it comes to investing in like hot pharmaceutical stocks when it came to like AIDS research, a decade ago. Now when it comes to COVID vaccines, there's all these pharmacies vying for the vaccine before it actually came out. You have to research, you have to make your best guess and bet on them. And just because something is cheap and has good things said about them in the news doesn't mean that it's a good investment, right? So you always have to weigh the value against the cost. Some things, I do the same with my clothing. I spend a little bit more on my clothing so that it lasts me a lot longer. I want something that I can keep for years and not something that's cheap and cute and then throw it in the washing machine and pull it out and it's shrunk or the threads have come out or it looks all disfigured or whatever. So the same is with your investing. Invest in things that have good potential and good value and you won't be disappointed. And the fifth and final way to overcome FOMO in investing is embrace that the FOMO will come and have a plan on what you're going to do with it and refer back to step one. Have your plan, have your goal. So when you start feeling anxious and you start feeling like the world is going on without you, you start feeling that everyone knows something that you don't know and you're going to get left behind, know that you will not get left behind. And know that you have a plan and you have a goal and you're going to stick to it, right? And in the end, just don't invest any money that you're not willing to lose. If you don't invest what you're not willing to lose, you'll always be okay. Invest in yourself just 1% a day and reach your exponential greatness and have phenomenal results at the end of any year. This is The Real Teddy Talks, signing off.